Hello guys, and welcome to Case Zero, the Cannibal Boy. This game is part of a set. I bought this one along with 4 others, so you're probably gonna see a lot of content related to that coming this way. And without any, and I mean any further ado, let's begin. I'm certain this is family-friendly content. Oh god. I'll play it in English, thank you very much. You don't have to jump scare me. God damn. Go to fucking sleep, man. Never mind, I'm no better. I walk loud as shit. Like a damn elephant. Yeah. I'm not a fan. Damn. If you heard his story, you have to hurry and tell someone who hasn't. Or else he might just come and get you. Okay. Please name the protagonist. Default, Pussy. 8 letters max. I'm fine with Pussy. The work is partly based on a true story. I don't like that. Hey, have you guys heard of the Cannibal Boy? No. Well, I have, but, you know, just from the fucking title. Huh? Of course. It's the urban legend everyone's been talking about. James. Don't you two remember when we were in Jade Room with this heavy textbook on counseling and psychology? Huh? I really don't. Well, why was it again? Because we need to study. We have finals tomorrow, remember? You know how strict that professor can be. Do you want to fail the course? I'm sorry, we have more pressing issues at hand, like jump scares and cannibals and shit. Jade, I was only studying abroad for a year. Since when did Brucey become such a downer? Did he get dumped or something? How should I know? Oh, come on, Brucey. Tell us what's wrong. We promise we'll make fun of you together. So anyway, have you heard of the Cannibal Boy or not? I have, but so what? You know the multiple recent homicides in the area? According to a friend of a friend, all the victims saw a certain boy. How the fuck would you know? They're all dead. I saw it myself. There was like a 5-second window. Then a few days later, they were found dead in their rooms. Their bodies and limbs gone, with only their heads left behind with a horrifying grimace. Even creepier, they all had human bite marks on their necks. God damn, what kind of jaw must this guy have? You know what that means? Their heads ripped off by Cannibal Boy with his teeth. Realistically, no. It's probably just a show. I mean, if I were a serial killer, I'd want to be one of those flashy ones. Oh god. Is a boy's bite really that strong? I don't think so. Hey, Brucey, what's wrong with you? Never gonna question the logic of an urban legend. Otherwise, it's no fun. Oh. Okay, sorry. But yeah, I've heard about it. So? Do you know about his past? What caused him to become a thirsty man-eater? Beats me. Are you gonna draw a case conceptualization? Or draw his genogram or something? Why not? We get to hear an interesting urban legend and a refresher on counseling psychology. Let James finish the story. Okie dokie, motherfuckers. Part 1. The Cannibal Boy. The Cannibal Boy was originally just an ordinary kid who lived happily with his dad, mom, and big sister. But one day, his mom cheated on his dad and left the family, leaving the dad to become an alcoholic, and everything changed. Whenever the dad was drunk, he did stuff to the big sister. The big sister resisted desperately at first until the dad said,
If you won't play with me, I'll play with your big brother.
You're his big sister, right? You decide what you want. So the sister just stopped resisting and let the dad keep abusing her? She wanted to be a martyr at such a young age, huh? How very admirable. Admirable. Well, that's what kids are like. Kids don't know who's responsible for the things that happen. That's why some end up believing their mother left because they were a bad kid. The big sister was exactly that type, and even though the dad's abuse got worse and worse, all her little brother did was cry. She shouldered it all. How could a kid deal with that much abuse? Why wouldn't she want to run away? You don't understand. When parents don't act like parents, kids, especially ones with younger siblings, will grow up and take on their old parents. The big sister became a mother for her brother and her dad. Besides, the way the dad abused the big sister, it's hard to say who the parent was. Yeah, like you've seen it? After every assault, the dad would lie on top of the sister, crying his eyes out. Mom, don't leave me. I hate you, Mom. I wish you go to hell. Well, I'm sorry, I can't do this voice. I don't want to do this voice. These kinds of villains are the worst. I bet there was something up with the dad's mama, the Cannibal Boy's grandmother, right? If you keep speculating like that, the story will never end. That's why forces of pure evil in anime and comics are proper villains. You don't have to consider their background stories or anything. You can just blame them. Like Jade says, if Dad was a proper villain, the big sister would have no problem blaming him. But sadly, he wasn't. And in addition to putting up with her dad's abuse, he had to comfort her little brother, who wasn't good for anything other than saying I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm fine. Fine. The sister swallowed back tears for her whole family. Tears boiled in her little body. How could she be fine?
Yeah.
To make matters worse, even though the sister protected her little brother from the physical abuse, she couldn't escape the mental abuse. Fortunately for him, the little brother looked a lot like his mom. That's right, the mom who left with some other man. He looked like his mom? Ugh. You wanna get bullied for being a little sissy? The dad prepared a lot of meat for every meal and forced the brother to swallow it down. He wanted the brother to grow big and strong and not look so much like his mom. Even when the brother became scared of the sight of meat and threw up whenever he ate it, the dad was relentless, shoving big chunks of meat into his mouth every day. The more his dad abused him, the more he cowered. The more he cowered, the more his dad abused him. And like a curse, the dad's fears became true. The little brother did get bullied for being a sissy, and the teachers turned a blind eye. His life became a living hell. That's when he started having hallucinations. He saw apparitions that no one else could really see and heard voices that no one else could hear. Finally, he came to the conclusion that evil spirits were to blame for everything. If they were really human, they wouldn't be so mean to me. Dad, my teachers, my classmates, they must all be possessed. Oh, Jeez, couldn't you have asked for help? Who would you have asked? The useless teachers? A bit passive-aggressive, are you not? If you tell me you're teachers, I'll kill myself and your sister. You don't want to see your dad and big sister die, do you? I know you're a good boy. As you can tell, the dad's quite the character. Jesus, he's such a drama queen. I haven't got to the dramatic part early yet. Don't blow your load so early, man. One day, the little brother came home, heavy-footed as usual, and opened the door. From inside the house came the familiar smell of alcohol, mixed with blood. Good. A broken bottle, a bloody knife, Dad's face stabbed to a pulp, the sister with her wrists slashed open. The little brother didn't have to read the suicide note on her desk to realize what had happened. So it was too much for the big sister after all. Or maybe I should say I'm impressed he lasted so long. When he picked up the bloody suicide note on the table, though, what he saw was... It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. At that instant, something snapped inside of the little brother. My sister would never write that. She would never write something to hurt me. It must have been... That's right. An evil spirit. The little brother's brain rewrote itself what happened in order to protect himself. The voices he heard and the illusions he saw served to protect the little world he shared with his sister. The evil spirit and Dad wanted to possess my sister, but she didn't want to hurt me and wanted to free Dad, so she killed him and herself. But they aren't the only one possessed by evil spirits in this world. My teachers are, my classmates are, and so many more people. If I don't do something to free all the people who are possessed, won't my dad and sister have died in vain? There's a reason for all the suffering I have to endure. So it's my turn to exorcise all the evil spirits. But I can't just leave my dad and sister behind like this. Oh, I'll pack them up and take them with me. Good thing Dad Jimmy put lots and lots of meat in my belly. But it'll be a huge hassle for the police when they find the blood, but can't figure out who the victims are. I gotta leave them the heads at least. What a considerate young man. Thanks. So the cannibal boy packed up his dad and sister and set out on a journey to exorcise evil spirits. That's the cannibal boy's past. That's why only the heads of the victims are ever found. It's the last remaining shred of his conscience. What a fine fellow. Why is your... Oh, Sarah. James, I fucking don't remember your name. Why is your version of the story so different from the one I heard? Huh? How does your version go? Well, when the cannibal boy was a little kid, his dad always locked him in the balcony. He would knock on the window every night, begging the dad to let him in. When you've heard the story, you have to tell someone who doesn't know yet, or they come knock on your window at night and beg you to let him in. As soon as you open the window, he'll bite your head off and eat your body. That does line up with the window stuff, and you did open it, so maybe that's true. Hold on a sec, Jade. So now that I've heard the story of Cannibal Boy, I ought to tell someone who hasn't, or else he'll come and eat me. Is that right? Yeah, something wrong? Jade, you risk your time telling me the story at the risk of failing the course. Don't tell me. You got me. How can I worry about failing some stupid course when I might get eaten tonight? Why, you little... Okay, I don't care in the slightest of the Cannibal Boy might be coming for tonight? Hey, the real problem is you fabricated too much of that story, James. Seriously, how could you possibly know what the dad did to the cannibal boy and his sister at home? See, people shouldn't question the logic of an urban legend, but you just made that stuff up. That's different. It's more fun to sex it up, though. I dare you to disagree. What? Are you kidding me? I think you're confused, my dear. Are you honestly seeking truth in an urban legend? They're practically made to be sexed up. Okay. The essence of an urban legend is the blending of facts and lies. The cannibal boy's past may not have been that tragic, or may have been even more tragic. He may not actually exist, or he may come and eat Brucey tonight. That's what an urban legend is all about. What's the fun in knowing all the facts? Okay, fine. As an urban legend, it's bound to have some lies mixed in with the truth. Nothing is certain. But there's one thing about your version that's definitely certain. And what's that? I don't know if his dad and big sister are really possessed by evil spirits, but I'm pretty sure that it's your fault keeping the sister herself. Oh? Why do you think that? People who are too scared to sign up to bullies shift the blame onto people who are nicer than themselves. They bully nice people and cower from the bad people, which means everyone gets bullied by some bad person. That's not the work of an evil spirit. They're all just so-called nice people. Oh. Okay. I'm jamming with it. What's gonna happen? I thought this was a short game. I saw a lot of stuff that wasn't short. No particular game per se, but still. By the way, have you guys heard of doppelgangers? Yeah, I've heard of them. Huh? Of course. Now that's a popular urban legend. We just talk about the cannibal boy and now it's doppelgangers? What happened to studying? What about our finals? Lucy, there's something I have to tell you. They earlier discussed and enlightened me of a singular truth. Huh? What kind of truth? If we give up on finals, then it's what to make for us studying now. Oh, really? I'm going home. Hold on. Let's just take an hour break. After that, I promise we'll study, okay? Alright, one last story. We all go down together, bitch. What? Why are you trying to get me killed? You realize I can hear you, right? What great friends these are. A doppelganger, which literally means walking double, is basically the phenomenon where you or someone else witnesses your double. I'm sure you've heard of it. Sure, who hasn't? Okay, do you know what happens if you meet your doppelganger? You die. Your doppelganger kills you, right? Anything else? If your doppelganger dies first, you die under similar circumstances. Never heard that part. Oh. So you didn't mean either way. No, what you need to do, you need to grab the doppelganger, lock them in your basement, chain them up, feed them only what's necessary, so they don't look like you anymore. Oh, do you know that doppelgangers aren't entirely fictional? I'm sure we've come across something similar in our lives already. Know what I mean? Twins. In shows and comics, twins often find themselves in similar situations, right? Yeah, but they don't typically kill each other. Just like real doppelgangers. Yeah, but they don't kill each other. Part 2. Doppelganger. This place is fucking purple. The main characters in my story are twins. A boy and a girl. Even though they were fraternal twins, they look nearly identical. As if they really were doppelgangers. The little boy had feminine features, and the typical signs of puberty didn't show. If we had put on the same clothes as the twin, people would have definitely mistaken them for sisters. Like Fuyuhiko. Well, no, maybe not. He just hasn't grown yet. Sorry, I still have Danganronpa on the mind. All too open boys look like the girls end up getting bullied. Except Fuyuhiko would probably kill you if you ever mistook him for a sister. Not that that would be an issue. Watch my playthrough to know what happened. But not in little brother's case. His big sister was extremely protective, and if anyone was to murder her... Murder? Oh god, was mean to her little brother. He was quick to bully that person back. Wow, what a great murder. Wow, murder. I've got murder on the mind. An eye for an eye. That's how the twins operated. Under his sister's protection, the little brother never felt insecure about his femininity. But he did become very dependent on his big sister. Meanwhile, the big sister always needed someone to rely on her to uphold her self-esteem, and grew to be quite passive-aggressive. If her brother failed to notice something that she did for him, she would get overly frustrated and ignore him for days on end. Damn. Adorable, isn't she? Out of an ass. But regardless of this, the twins were very close, as if they were the only two of them in their own little world. That is, until the big sister met a certain handsome guy. Wah 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 wah. Wow, generic anime boy. It happened this past spring. The twins were both talking about intro to philosophy at the time. One day they were discussing animal rights in class, and the professor asked whether it was okay for people to eat cats and dogs. Is that professor a moron or something? Oh god. What's it to think about? You eat an adorable fur baby today. You might as well eat a baby tomorrow. Can you just let me finish my story, please? Sorry, I just filled up animals. There was this handsome guy who usually sat in the corner and rarely talked. But that day, he raised his hand and spoke. So we can eat chickens, pigs, and cattle, but not cats and dogs? That seems awfully inconsistent to me, don't you think? Hearing this argument, the little brother had a response. People don't love things equally. That's just human nature. I think that kind of inconsistency is excusable. I don't normally eat animal meat, but that's just a personal choice. If a dog or cat lover chooses to eat other kinds of meat, I don't think that's any less consistent than my preferences. The two went at it and support was split in the class. As class ended, the professor praised both for their well-constructed arguments. Fair enough. Now that's how you present veganism without being a damn asshole. The big sister supported her brother's argument, but she was also impressed by the handsome guy's logical persuasiveness and the articulate way he talked. What's the matter, Brucey? It looks like you had to say something. What is it? You're talking about Gretel and Hans, aren't you? Gretel and Hans? Hansel and Gretel? Ooh. Gret and Hans? Who are they? James, you really are something. Do you not remember them? They were in our year, and you had classes with them. They majored in psychology as well. Gret and Jade were particularly very close, but half a year ago, the two of them disappeared. Oh boy, they're dead. Both of them. What? Seriously? Jade, I thought Gret was your friend. Isn't it a little mean to gossip about your friend's disappearance? Look at how sincere my eyes are. At least the eyes of someone who gossips like that. I wouldn't know. I can't fucking see them. How should I know? I'm not a telepath. I can't read your mind. Precisely because Greta and I were so close. It makes sense that I want to figure out what really happened. Isn't that right, James? I guess? What's going on here? Even if she really knows the truth, why would you want to talk about it now? What is Jade thinking? As time went on, Hans and a handsome guy clashed in heated debates of all kinds of issues. They became rivals and best friends. Also, I really like that get-up. I don't know. There's something about it. Something about it. Kind of reminds me of the overalls look, but like classy overalls. That's what I'm thinking. Classy overalls. When the student association formed a big event, Hans, formed a group of Gret and the handsome guy. And then Gret invited me. So the four of us ended up working together. Oh boy. It was really fun, but also super exhausting. After a successful event, Greta suggested for an amusement park if the class is on Friday to celebrate. What am I thinking, like, when I look at them? I think of, like, a German Mario and Luigi. However, the professor suddenly decided that Hans and I were in charge of the next presentation. We needed time to prepare, so only Gret and the handsome guy made it to the amusement park. And that's where something magical happened. Oh boy! As soon as the two of them arrived at the park, it started drizzling romantically. I'm certain this is a relationship that will end in not murder, or not death, or just not. They both had umbrellas, but they acted like they didn't and huddled under the handsome guy's umbrella together. They were suddenly so close. They were they? She just said she didn't go. How does she know all this? I just know, okay? Don't interrupt me. Wait, what? Hey, don't listen to my thoughts. The way this is panning out, you killed them. Oh, they're not dead. They're not dead. They stayed at the amusement park until it was dark. When they finally left, there was an amazing night view around them. It was incredible. On a whim, Gret pulled out her phone and played her favorite song. Don't Fall for My BBF. Best friends. The handsome guy said, wow, I love this time too. And they had a great time talking about music. They walked through the evening humming songs together. They got so close that the back of their hands accidentally touched. Eyes in this universe seem very varied. Like, handsome guy's eyes are fairly normal. Gret's eyes are huge. And Mrs. Green Jacket here has no eyes to speak of. And then, they were holding hands. How cute. This will end perfectly. With no death. Don't read into this, but are you interested in anyone at the moment? There are two, and I think I might have feelings for. Really? Me too. Is one of them here with you right now? Yeah, it's you. Well, at least he's open about it. That was the moment they confirmed they had feelings for each other. Yahoo, but feelings is such a vague word. Greta didn't realize that she had an actual crush on a handsome guy until the day she invited him and me to a movie. A movie that Hans had recommended. Batman, The Dark Knight, or Joker, I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, that movie was so good. Especially when the girl found out that the guy she secretly loves is into her best friend. That is pretty heartbreaking. I thought you'd be watching Joker or something because you're psychology majors. Sounds like free homework. Huh? So you both seen the movie already? Oh well. I just happened to see you for a friend. Oh, I see. Gret recalled the handsome guy saying that there were two people you must have feelings for. One was Gret, and the other must be the one you went to the movies with. Thinking about it threw Gret into a jealous fit. That's when she realized that she'd fallen in love with the handsome guy. From that moment on, she couldn't get her head out of the clouds. Gret's herself found a 20-year-old and Axel love-stricken. She's 20? Okay, anime age rules, I guess. What could she do? She was totally obsessed. Gret went on several dates with the handsome guy and it was always romantic. She fell more and more in love. Then finally, she decided to confess her feelings. Let's go. Gret, I think we should just be friends. Oh, never mind. This relationship didn't end in murder, so, you know. It's good. No murder. I see. You've fallen for the other person then. Sorry. I should have realized how I felt sooner. No, it's not your fault. Can you tell me who it is? I can't say exactly, but someone close to you. We should just be friends. Those words started it all. The breakup that started a serial killer's rampage. Or something of that. Oh, I forgot to mention. Besides listening to music, Gret loved to cook. Every time she made steaks, she'd invite me over to her place. Oh great, is the cannibal boy not really a boy? Is it the cannibal girl? Is she gonna cook whoever that other person is? This Saturday she got rejected. Gret invited me over again. I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Certainly. Normally, she's gonna try to cook you. Normally, we laughed and chatted through dinner, but that day, Gret didn't say a word. The atmosphere was unusually heavy. Hans was out with her friend too. The only sounds were that of cutting and chewing meat. Well, I mean, it's a free meal, so don't complain, I guess. Gret's steak were usually cooked medium, but that day they were rare. Whenever I cut her steak, I could see the bright red juice bleeding out. Weird thing about steaks. We always call the red stuff juice. And not blood. I mean, it's not quite blood, it's blood and water. I just thought it was weird, like, we call it juice. Is it to separate it from blood? That's a psychology question for you. Hey, do you think I'm kind of an attention seeker? Gret finally broke the silence, but started on a disturbing topic. What's wrong? What makes you say that? You know how I told you my dad was very strict? When Hans was little, my dad would lock him on the balcony for every little mistake. Hans would knock on the window all night long, but he'd beg my dad to let him in. Okay, so forget that. It's definitely Hans. And every time I let Hans back in at the dead of night, my dad always found that the next day and beat Hans up. It was all my fault. It was your dad who beat Hans up, not you. I know, but if I were Hans, I'd blame my sister's meddling to making my punishment that much worse. I mind my own business. It might look like I'm always doing stuff for Hans and others, but I only do it for the attention. Everyone knows and they're just too nice to say it. What other people think about you? If you had just minded your own business back when I broke my leg. Through freshman year, I don't know how I would have gotten through. Besides, if I think I hadn't broken my leg, we wouldn't be such close friends. It's kind of destiny, don't you think? Besides, you're not a telepath. How should you know that Hans or anyone else think you should mind your own business? Sorry. You always have to make me feel better. Don't say that. We're friends, aren't we? Jeez. She always did that sentimental bitch. That's why she had no friends. Goddamn, still passive-aggressive and an asshole. Huh? Every time she felt insecure, she never said anything. She just pushed herself to the edge, but still wanted everyone to notice. How could anyone stand that? But that's what made her so appealing. I love seeing Gret riled up, and sometimes I'd invite Hans, but not her, right in front of her face. Or ignore her birthday and say, oops, when was it again? A few days later. God damn, you're an asshole. It's a shame the cannibal boy didn't kill you. I wish you guys could have seen her face. The poor thing was so adorable. You're such a psycho. Oops, I got carried away. Let's get back on topic. Okay. So what's wrong? What's on your mind this time? It's the handsome guy. I thought he was interested in me, so I asked him out a bunch of times. But it turns out he didn't like me after all. I must have been so annoying hanging around him like that. I don't think... And you know what? He likes someone else already. Kill her! Kill her! Hell yeah! I mean, I know you're not dead, but... Aw. Gret stabbed the steak hard with her knife and red juice splattered across my face. Oops. I'm sorry. It's okay. Maybe if you weren't so passive-aggressive, she wouldn't be so murderous. You're the one who went to that movie with him. You're the one who went to that movie with him, aren't you? I knew it. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, it's all your fault, it's all your fault. Oh boy. You hightailed it out of there? I know this sounds corny, but in that moment, I saw murder in her eyes. In that instant, she really meant to kill me. Just thinking about how many times stress was simulated in her head, how she was gonna push me down, mount my struggling body, and thrust her knife into my face. Oh, there's your eyes. Close them again. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, but she just stared at me and then bit her lower lip. She put the knife down with her trembling hand and never touched me once. Aha, you're a good person after all. Unlike some people. Why you? Why does it have to be you? If I hate you, I'll lose the only friend who listens to my problems. It was like a bucket full of ice water thrown into my face. I felt robbed and disillusioned. It had looked so promising. But that totally ruined the moment. Why are you such a psychopath? You're just like my dad. It's never your fault, is it? If I blame you, it's like I'm the bad guy. Perhaps the villains in her life, who weren't quite evil enough. Like your dad and me were the worst. She wanted to shift all the blame on us, but she couldn't because we weren't completely at fault. We shouldn't see each other for a while. I need to be alone. As I listened to Gret's world, I told myself I had to be patient. Not yet. Not now. Gret is still just a bud, but sooner or later, she'll flower and secrete her sweet nectar. Speaking of hightailing it out of here, I think we should leave this damn study group. I don't want to be with a freaking psychopath. Let me go. After our confrontation, Gret got visibly depressed and had trouble sleeping even an hour a day. Well, I mean, if there's one thing I don't know. Every time she got the song Don't Fall For My BFF in her head, she couldn't stop the sadness welling up inside of her. Why not me? Why her? Why do you want my love? Why do you not want my love? Why do you want hers? These thoughts continued to haunt Gret. It had all started and ended so quickly that Gret couldn't take it. And now that it had ended, time was so slow that Gret couldn't take it. Also, it's pretty obvious by now that this story and that story, same story, minus some details for each side. She just wanted to go to the back before it even had happened. Then perhaps you would only have fun memories. Meanwhile, Hans knew something wasn't right and asked Gret what had happened, but she refused to say anything. If you really understood me, I shouldn't have to explain. You should know what I'm going through. I guess no one in this world understands me after all. Hans didn't even know Gret was in love. How could he have even comforted her? But he didn't give up. Yes, be kind, unlike the potential murderer, but you know, not the worst person here, and the worst person here. Even if Gret doesn't want to tell me, I can be there for her anyway. And it worked surprisingly well. Gret, the steaks you made are delicious. You teach me how to cook them? I want to learn. Really? Well, of course. I'd be happy to. With Hans by her side, Gret finally started feeling better. You see, someone here, not many people, but someone here is not an ass. We have the green-jacketed psychopath, potential murderer person. Not terrible, but he does use the silent treatment profoundly. Person who decided to really well, okay, he's not too bad. He just decided to mess up an urban legend. Gret's heartbeat was a blessing in disguise. Gret may have gotten rejected, but she got that much closer to her dear brother Hans. That's a good story, but was this supposed to be an urban legend? What about the doppelgangers? Who said I was done? You really can't diss Brucey for blowing his load too early. Hey, if Gret refused to say anything, how do you know she had sleeping problems, or what kind of thoughts haunted her? What kind of interaction she had with Hans? Listen to yourself. And you accuse of sex in my story up? Excuse me? No, Jade didn't. What? Nothing. I just don't think Jade fabricated anything. It's what actually happened. Is she a stalker? Do we have more things to add up against her? Wow, Brucey. You understand me better than my own parents. What? What? Brucey, you're usually such a skeptic. Has Jade put you on a spell or under a spell or something? Do I need to wake you up? I'm not sure, but I get the feeling that Jade steals a joke up her sleeve. There's no good reason for her to make up such little details. How much does she know? How does she know? What are her motives? That's the important part. Her motives is that she's a damn psychopath. The day at the end of the semester, Gert and I stayed on campus until nightfall to finish off some essays. Then we headed home together. On the way, I could tell Gert was holding something back. It was obvious she wanted to tell me something, but she wanted to take the initiative in it. But she wanted me to take the initiative and ask her what was wrong. Like I'd ever do that. Like I'd ever do that. So we just kept walking on and on. We'd gone to a park near the campus when Gret finally opened her mouth. That is one ugly ass. Ew. Jade, you're mad at me, aren't you? Listen, I'd say attempted... Well, not attempted murder. You didn't attempt to murder me. I'm saying that maybe attacking a steak vigorously, or like, it was you, wasn't it? It's your fault. Well, attacking a steak with murder in your eyes. You know, I'm not gonna speak for anyone else, but I'd say I'd be rather mad too. Huh? I got pissed that the guy fell for you, even though it wasn't your fault. I'm really sorry. It was just shock. Gret was taking the initiative to make things up with me? Fuck. All I'd wanted was to see her emotions explode. Okay, you're still an ass, but at least she's not an ass. But that was okay. I still had a Joker left to play. Hey, forget about it. But I think you misunderstood, Gret. I pointed towards the park and Gret turned her head to look. You are an ass! An absolute ass! What the fuck you doing? That's a nice... Oh. Things aren't gonna go well, are they? There, Hans was nuzzled up against the handsome guy's chest, and the handsome guy's arms were around Hans' delicate shoulders. This wasn't a hug between friends. They were obviously making out. Huh? I did go to the movie with them, but just as friends. He was clear about that. The one he's really into is someone close to you. Much closer than I am. Well, come to think of it, the last time I went to your place, wasn't Hans out with a friend? What do you suppose the friend was? What do you think they did? Did they go to the amusement park with a beautiful night view? Did they make out like they're doing now? Or is it even harder? More steamy? Hans, you... Oh boy! Huh, not quite convinced yet? Fine. Just listen to the lovebirds talk then. You love that amusement park way too much. Don't you ever get tired of it? Never, as long as it's with you. I'm having so much fun today. Thanks for asking me out. You've been looking down lately. I hoped it would cheer you up. Well, Gret's been in a horrible mood lately, and she won't tell me what's wrong. I'm worried that she's met some playboy who's stringing her along. If anyone betrays Gret, I'll skin them alive and eat his flesh. Oh god, don't bring this shit up. Silly boy. Little do you know that the one betraying her right now is you, Hans. Playboy, where did that come from? I ask you out and all you can think about is your sister. Gret will always be my number one. You're number two at best. That's some sister complex you got. But Gret spoil you when you were little? I don't know what you mean. But my little sister was big sister was always nice to me, yeah. Ja. Like Germans. They say ja, don't they? I don't think they do. Isn't Hans the sweetest? Even during his date, he was thinking about Gret. But Gret, his words only made her feel like Hans was using her to make himself look good. Like I said before, my dad used to beat me up when I was little. Gret didn't want me to be the only one to get punished, so she'd always try to help me out. And we would get beaten up together. That's how much he cared about me. But me, All I did was cry and let Gret console me, forcing her to say she was fine. You can't blame yourself. It was all your dad's fault. No, it wasn't my dad's fault. Back when our mom was around, he was really, really nice. Hans. My dad's not going to blame. It's all because of the evil spirit. What? I knew that once I exorcised the evil spirit, my dad would be back to being nice again. Oops, did I say something weird? What I meant was, my dad was possessed by the ghost of his past. Okay, that is kinda a red flag. I don't know much about relationships, but if I ever had someone saying, oh, after I exorcised him, he was nice again, or some shit like that, I don't know. Kinda creepy. But hey, I've never had, great. So you don't mean an actual evil spirit. You had me worried for a moment there. Sorry. Let's not talk about that anymore. I'm sorry I reminded you of such horrible memories. It's fine. Hey, by the way, Gret said he's hanging out with Jay tomorrow and won't be back till night. About coming over in the morning. Gret taught me a secret recipe. What a masterpiece! When I was in the lowest of my lows, you had the gall to teach me how to cook. It wasn't even for my sake. It was to seduce him. That's what was raging through Gret's mind. I know because I heard it. Of course, I'd love to go, but I'm not a big fan of vegetarian meals. Vegetarian? Why vegetarian? Huh? I thought you were vegetarian, Hans. What? No, I'm not. I don't eat regular meat, but I'm not a vegetarian, silly. But that time you criticized my argument in class. I thought you said you didn't eat meat because you're a vegetarian. Are you just a picky eater? And what kind of meat do you prefer? Could it be the kind I'm thinking about? Oh, that's very naughty of you. Watch out, I'll eat you up. Ha, someone's a horny boy. It's listening to your dirty talk. Oh, your sister thinks if she heard. Trust me, she's probably thinking something. No, she did hear that, and she was very angry. Then they kiss, right in front of us. An erotic kiss with plenty of tongue. You don't have to stroke the flames, miss. Of course, Gret and I were the only other ones there, but it was quite the sight. The two lovers had no idea we were there. I made up passionately for a while. Be careful on your way home. Don't get eaten by a cannibal boy. I'm more worried about you. You want me to walk you home? No, thanks. I can take care of myself, you know. Oh, but you be careful too. Remember, I'll be waiting tomorrow. Don't be late, or you miss out on the meat. I thought Gret might do something, but she just walked away without a word. Maybe she was too angry to do anything. You are. Don't stop arranging this shit. She wasn't completely wrong when she said it was your fault, you know. But I could see the bud of rage going louder and redder. Gret was about to bloom and secrete her sweet, sweet nectar. Oh boy! The next morning, the handsome guy arrived at Hans' place on an empty stomach. There, he found a table lined with meat dishes. Sweet and sour pork, pork belly stew, smoked sausage, steak salad, all sorts of dishes. Sweet and sour pork sounds so good right now. The main dish was Gret's special steak, cooked rare, just like that other time. Wow, what a feast! Sorry, I accidentally got too many ingredients. Considering how early in the morning you had to come, I was afraid you'd be eaten by the cannibal boy. He's a man-eater. No need to fear him. There are plenty of vampires in the world. It's like the blood of the poor bit by bit and make their own lives more luxurious. And we just look the other way. Unlike those vampires among us, at least the cannibal boy kills you on the spot and you die without suffering. If I had to choose, I'd go for the quicker death. Besides, the cannibal boy treats humans just like any other edible animal. So many people are quick to judge cat and dog eaters when they have no problem eating chicken, pork, or beef. Compared to those people who discriminate between animals, at least the cannibal boy is morally consistent. He treats all living animals equally. Huh. Sounds like a flawed logic to me. Really? You want to talk about that over brunch? Eating cats, dogs, humans, blah blah blah? James, you wouldn't feel like eating if you were there, would you? Well, I'm not a freak like them. Forget about moral consistency or abuse. In my opinion, this will require a complex belief or a tragic past for a human to eat other humans. That's an interesting opinion to have. People talk about drooling over sexy bodies and refer to luscious breasts as melons. Those kinds of expressions are all over the place, don't you think? Plus, English, Japanese all use eating-related words to refer to sex. We're so used to that kind of slang, we don't think twice about it. Perhaps in the collective subconscious, eating is merely a kind of possession, a kind of intimacy, just like sex. Stop talking about sex. So if eating is such an instinctive thing, do we really need to ask what a cannibal boy eats humans? Do we really need to dig into what a tragic past he has? People want to fabricate his past because they're convinced he's a freaking monster. He must have a very twisted past. He's not like us normal people. Do you even hear what you're saying? What I mean is, you don't eat cats or dogs, but not because you're an animal lover. It's because you're civilized. It's because you only happen to live in that kind of echo chamber. Fair enough. Recently, I went to a third world country. I'm not going to judge them. But there were interesting meats for sale. Honestly. Excuse me? And by interesting meats, I mean like pigeons. I don't mean cats and dogs. There were cats and dogs there, and a good bit of them. They were in cages. But that was just because to keep them safe. The only reason you don't eat humans is because no one around you does. You're just afraid that if you do, you'll be treated like a freak. Maybe because I don't want to murder someone to get to that point. Let's just get back to the story. I mean, it's not a good question, but it's a different question if you didn't kill them, or if it was consensual in some way. Consensual, it's an odd thing. Theoretically, it's the only way to really be vegan. Hans, what kind of meat is this? Does it matter? Do you not like it? I do, but I like it so much I have to know what kind of meat it is. The texture is like beef, it tastes like pork, and it smells like lamb. But it's not restructured meat. Maybe like a hamburger that's 70% pork and lamb might taste something like this. But it hasn't been ground. It's a whole piece of meat. Where did you get this? Huh. So you care more about a type of meat than how that I cooked it? Figures. You're great, aren't you? Where's Hans? What happened between us? Doesn't concern him. Don't drag him into this. Oh boy, I bet those dishes are feeling awfully delicious. In your stomach. Really? Do I have to spell it out for you? The handsome guy looked at a bloody chunk of meat and put his fork down with a shudder.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Good screenshot. Maybe if I hadn't played the bad guy, you know that sissy would have been bullied like hell. And now that he's all grown up, he's seducing guys I like behind my back. Lost a sense of taste. It's really something else. There was a guy and a girl. I did school every other way, and he chose the guy. Why, Hans? Why not me? Give me a reason. Well, I mean, Hans isn't a psychopath. Then again, he also took that other girl out on a trip. Say something. Gret, I'm actually really curious. Why are you so convinced that you and Hans are identical except for your sex? The handsome guy shook up and walked towards Gret. Then he slowly gripped Gret's shoulders, keeping his damn cool. His fingers sunk deeper and deeper in Gret's face, causing her face to contort in pain. That doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is that you and Hans are twins. Say what? So what if we're twins? Nothing much. Just that you must be as delicious as Hans, I'm sure. Okay, there's no good guys. What? After that, Gret and Hans went missing. Are there any good guys here? Like, out of everyone here, I'd say I'm the best person. And not because I'm a narcissist. It's not me, a main character. I refer to it as me. Self-insert type thing. I'm the only one who hasn't been demeaning these people. I'm the only one who hasn't been leading them and to potentially murder other people. And I'm not a psychopath. You're like a close second. You're kind of an ass. Do what you do. But not that bad. What? But they weren't dead. They both gloomed of wild abandon before withering in vain. Frozen in the most beautiful moments. You are potentially... You're not the... Are you the worst? Are you not the worst? You line these type of things up. I don't know. You're pretty bad. All it took was a little push for a normal person like Gret to murder someone, feed their flesh to someone else. At that table, she was a cannibal boy too. Gret proved that and to live on forever in my heart. Jade, you, me, the handsome guy right there, we're all the same. Humans are birds of a feather. Consistent beliefs, a tragic past, none of that is necessary. Anyone can turn into an evil spirit. Like you. Part 3. Anyone can turn into an evil spirit. Oh, fucking boy. The fuck you doing? Stop. I'm sorry. I spent way too much time on one urban legend. Hope you enjoyed it. I did not. We need to have a little bit of an intervention here. You need to go. Other guy can stay. Hans was slaughtered by his doppelganger. Gret died the same way as a doppelganger. Both worthy of being called doppelgangers, don't you think? Bullshit. That's not what doppelganger is. Jade only brought up that topic as a way to give away what happened. What does she want? Does she want to blackmail me or see my reaction? Or does she just want to prove a pet theory that everyone's insane? And how does she know everything about Gret and Hans? By stalking him, spying, or maybe she hacked into their devices? Jade, why don't you tell us those urban legends? Oh, come on, you of all people should know, Brucey. Hey, what the hell's going on? Were you plotting to scam me or something? Is that why we're gathered at Jade's room? I think I understand why Jade said her eyes were sincere. They're the eyes of a writer in evaluating her work. Even Jade herself has suggested made a dance in her script. So now Jade and I have told our urban legends. So you tell one too? If you hear the story of the cannibal boy, and you don't want to come knocking, you have to tell the story of his past to someone who doesn't know yet, right? What the hell, man? Why are you asking me this now? Oh, no. Run, man. Jump out the window. You have... Okay, that might not work. What's so funny, Boosie? Ridiculous. There's no past what I'm talking about. You civilized people eat plenty of animals, but the poor you people eat cats and dogs and call them savages. It makes me sick, really. If you can't eat some, then don't eat any. If you want to eat some, then eat them all. Is that hard? Is it really that hard to be consistent? That's all there is to it. Plain and simple. Stop that, Boosie. We gotta leave him some hope. Just look at James' face. Can't you see it's filled with despair? How's the climax gonna happen now? Do you realize what a nuisance it is when too many people find out what I like to eat? I always set an annual limit for myself, but I guess I'm gonna go over this year. I guess I should reward Jay's enthusiasm with an urban legend of my own. But I really don't like to conjure things up, so I'll let James here experience it firsthand. Oh no. Shit! Game out. Oh, hell no. Plug in, yeah, music. Oh, God. The fuck you do? Ah, so it's him now. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was the Cannibal Boy. Everyone was a bad person, except for potentially James. I think he was just pretending to be tougher than he really was, you know? Anyway, thanks for watching. And, see you next time. Bye. God damn.